Well, Landline's Mark Schrimmer told you it was highway bill season, and earlier this week, Congress unveiling what OOIDA is calling the most pro-trucker highway bill in recent memory. Included in the 1,005-page bill is a provision that would provide $150 million in truck parking funding over the next 5 years. That would start in 2027 and go all the way through 2031. Also included in that bill are provisions that would protect truckers' rights to restroom access, and one that would require the Transportation Secretary to issue regulations prohibiting that motor carriers from using predatory lease purchase programs. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The bill also includes provisions that would improve the ELD certification process and crack down on freight fraud and other scams in trucking.
Yeah, and that's the good news. So let's talk about some of the bad stuff that's in the bill. So let's start with under 21 pilot program. So essentially, it's just going to extend that program. A program that's been a failure already, but they're going to extend it a little bit more. Another bad provision in this is beyond compliance. If you're not familiar with what that is, that lets motor carriers use so-called safety technology towards their safety score. That could be stuff like driver-facing cameras. There's some issues with this, as a lot of bad actor carriers can just replace good drivers with just bad technology. Also, there's going to be, and this just got passed just a few hours before we recorded, which is an amendment that would include a pilot program to increase weights to 91,000 pounds in certain circumstances. That amendment just passed, and so that's going to go through to the full House. And lastly, but certainly not least, there is a program that will allow autonomous vehicles to self-certify. I don't think I have to explain why that is a bad idea. So those are some of the four of the bad things, but overall, good for truck drivers.
Yeah, there's still some work done before this thing gets across the finish line and Congress passes it ahead of the September 30th deadline. So we'll be keeping a close eye on all of those developments as they happen. Be sure to keep it locked on to landline.media.